Team IBB? It is IBB Gary, and I'm here with a very, very special guest. His name is Curt Brown, a very, very good friend of mine, and he is going to share his IBB top 3 keys to success. So today we are going to be doing video 1 of 3, so make sure you stay tuned for the rest of the series. It is the hashtag IBB Trilogy. You like that?
Is that your first time saying that?
No, it's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing now. It's like our third time saying it.
Make it a thing.
Our third time saying it, right? So,
So funny.
Curt and I have been friends for, like, what, 4 years now?
Yeah, we haven't.
About 4 years, thank goodness. And he's...
5.
Okay, 5. He's got some wonderful, wonderful news that he is gracing us with here. Thank you for joining Team IBB. Awesome stuff. Way to represent. But yeah, if you want to just kind of tell Team IBB a little bit about yourself, yeah, take it away.
Okay, no pressure. It's hard to match his energy, by the way, so I'll just try my best. My name's Curt, like you said. As far as how exciting I am, I guess. Well, I work for Sherwin-Williams currently, but what I do on the side, what I'm really passionate about is clothing and fashion. My buddies and I started a blog called Pt.1, so I'm really excited about. We just started it a couple months ago. It's been in, I guess, the process, or we've been talking about it for a couple of years, but we finally decided. Well, I guess the hardest part of anything is to just get started. So once you actually start something, then you're already in the game. You're playing the game now, so you have to play to win.
Very well said.
Yes, that's where we are now.
Yeah, I remember I talked to you last May. I think it was last May. And this is the first time that he brought up Pt.1 to me. And what's really interesting is that, you know, Curt here is one of the partners that is actually handling everything in Cleveland. Where are the other two gentlemen?
The other guy, where is he? He's in Maryland.
Maryland? Okay.
Yeah.
And that one's is a little more west?
Yeah.
Landon?
Yeah.
Or Drew?
No, Landon is the one that's in Maryland.
Okay.
The other one is, more southwest.
So what's interesting is that they are kind of widespread throughout the United States. So if you have an opportunity, we're going to put it up right here. Curt Brown, Pt.1. You can check it out at pt.1.com. So thank you so much for that. It's really good, actually. I caught myself getting stuck and going like, oh my God, like he's making so much sense when he talks about it, like the capsule wardrobes and not, you know, matching, you know, the
matching.
You know,
I
no,
feel like matching is the basic thing, right?
But no, like I know you closed one of your blogs with like, it is a must to always make sure that your belt and shoes.
I feel like that's a thing. You need to do that. You look bad.
Look at how I dress. I have no idea what I'm doing. At least I have a shirt with a collar and a shirt with a zipper. So
is that your criteria?
That's. Curt's gonna help me and James. We're throwing ourselves out there for a full makeover in our wardrobes. We're gonna make it happen, man. It's gonna be awesome, and we're gonna record it. It's gonna be interesting.
Give me much to work with.
So without further ado, let's dive into your top 3. So remember, folks, this is going to be part 1 of the 3-part trilogy. So stay tuned for the other 2 videos coming along here too. So go ahead, man. What's your first top 3 key to success?
My first one would have to be to fall in love with the process, or to fall in love with the journey. Like, we all have goals that we set for ourselves, and I guess when you speak to anyone, we'll talk about yourself, and you talk about the things that you've done, and then they'll say, tell me about that, or how did you get there? Like, you don't necessarily talk about where you've been, or you talk about the end result. You talk about how you got there. I mean, that is, well, it should be the fun part. It's how you got there. It's how you grew along the way. So I guess.
No, that's excellent. Yeah. Do you have like an example for us?
An example, I mean,
personal experience.
personal experience. I guess the most personal thing I could talk about would be just life in
Okay.
general. Your life in general it's a journey in itself. We all have somewhere that we want to go or that we want to be, and when we look back on where we've been, it might not be the happiest of times, or it might not. It's not always.
It's not
good.
sunshine
It's
and
not-
rainbows
right,
all the time,
exactly.
right? Like a lot of times folks talk about, you know, hey, I climbed the mountain,
Yeah.
you know, and then here's what it looks like from the
Right.
top of the mountain, and oh, I made X amount of dollars, or I got this promotion, or I started this company or something like that, but they don't talk about the everyday grind, you
Right.
know, or all the bad times that have made you and molded you into this person that you are today.
Well, like you said, with like the grind, you have to fall in love with the grind. You have to be able to wake up like you do at 4 a.m. He is a champ for waking up.
IBB4S.
Yeah, for waking up at 4 a.m. Like, and do you like doing that?
I love it.
Exactly.
I love it.
So he wakes up at 4 a.m. and all the hard work that he puts into his brand and being Gary Caladuca and the man. He,
That's like the greatest plug ever.
he is able to be in front of you as happy as he is as waking up at 4 a.m. because he loves doing what he does. He loves the hard work that he puts in at 4 a.m. when he says no one contacts him, or those magical 3 hours that he refers to. He enjoys that. He lives for that because that makes him who he is. That makes him shine that much brighter here at, what is it? Almost 7? Yeah. 7 hours
It's like
later.
7 o'clock
Yeah.
at night, whatever.
Still,
It's fine.
still
see-
as excitable as he was back then. Well, not necessarily back then, earlier.
Yeah, earlier this morning.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing is, falling in love with the journey, falling in love with the process, thank you for the ultimate plug of the century, but that's just it. Yes, I get up very early. James gets up very early. We make that fun for each other. Somehow we make that fun for each other. But
I don't know what they do.
and it's just like competition.
Yeah.
But it is hours later, and I have a ton of energy because helping people and working with others
Right.
drives us completely. It is like fuel in our fire, this fiery flame back here. But I can have the energy because when we were talking earlier, or just even a minute ago, how excited were you talking about in your own way, about talking about falling in love with the process, getting excited about what you're doing, getting passionate. That stuff fires me up. And if you aren't fired up, it's because you haven't found it. And you need to. There's no point in going through life working 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours, whatever it is that you're working. You didn't live to just pay your bills or just rack up credit card debt and pay it off and buy a car and pay it off. There's so much more to life. We were just talking about it earlier today about how do you want to be remembered?
Right.
I want to be remembered for being somebody that made people laugh.
You're kind of funny. Yeah.
I make a joke once in a while, but being somebody that walks into a room that can change the tone of the room,
Right.
the temperature of the room, whatever. It turns up when Gary and James walk in the room, and same thing for you, man. You want to change how people feel. You want to inspire people. That's what Fifth and Pratt is all about. They are helping build your individuality. If you read between the lines of every word that Curt and his boys are putting together, they are talking about expressing yourself just via fashion, via style, via swagger, whatever. But it's the message between the lines of everything that he's saying. That is an incredible message. If you don't follow them, you better turn this video off right now and go do it. fifithandpratt.com. Check them out. But do you have anything to add for falling in love with the journey about how did you get there?
I guess I want to, like you said, the whole, well, we just started, first off, and it's still evolving, it's still transforming into something that we can say that we're proud of. But I guess I should tell you how I got into fashion or the clothing. I should start with, well, what Gary and I spoke with not too long ago in regards to, I don't know if I want to talk about your master plan, but we were talking about branding and who you are and how everything that you do should fall in line with the brand that you have for yourself or the image that you have for yourself. And he said, let the hate drive you, let the love guide you, and how those will be the fuel to keep you going when you may fall short or you may feel yourself or getting down on yourself. I guess the hate or what fuels me is, like I said, I wasn't the most confident person growing up. I didn't believe in myself. I had a very difficult time with bullying. I was a happy person, but it was easily for me, or I guess it was easy for me to be torn down by others. I didn't go home necessarily very happy. I don't know, sorry, I start getting emotional about this, but when I would get home from school, it was my mom who would pick me up. It was her love to just brush me off. She didn't coddle me. She would pick me up. She would brush me off, say like, you go out there. You are somebody. You will be somebody. You need to continue being who you are, no matter what others may say about you or think about you. Don't let them deter you from being who you are. So I guess the difficult times that I went through, they drive me, or that feeling of others trying to tell me or put me down for being who I am is what drives me. And the love of others to see me for who I am and tell me that I am somebody, I will be somebody, it's okay for you to be who you are, that is what drives me. And ultimately, not just myself and my friends, I think that's the one thing that we have in common amongst others, is the fact that we did have difficult times, and we are, unique people as, we all have our own story, and we think that it should be heard and others should hear it, because everyone is going through something, but it might not necessarily talk about it, but there's something so powerful about being vulnerable and hearing other people talk about their stories. And I just want to be the inspiration to help someone else, or help them get through whatever they be going through, to say like, it's okay to be who you are. It's okay to experiment, whether it be clothing or different experiences or hanging out in different places or just taking yourself out of your comfort zone just to trying to realize who you are. And I guess clothing is the vehicle that I've chosen, because I wore it like armor when I did have those difficult times. It helped me be more socially acceptable. People will say like, okay, he's wearing this or doing that, so he's cool. He must be okay. Like, we'll give him a chance. We won't like put him down or knock him down. So like the clothing that I wore was my armor, so people would chip away at that instead of like at me. It wouldn't be blows directly towards me.
Softened them.
Exactly. So while they were chipping away at that, it helped me become more comfortable with who I am. It made me harder on the inside while they were chipping away at the outside. And I guess that's where the passion for fashion came from. It just started getting into it. Yeah.
Hashtag passion for fashion. Love it.
I just started getting more involved with fashion, as far as like what's not just necessarily what's cool, but like Gary was saying, like the capsule wardrobe. That's one thing that I believe in. It just makes your life so much easier, having those pieces that you can wear, I guess, regardless of the situation.
Timeless.
Right, exactly. Timeless and classic pieces. They might not be that fashion forward, but because they are timeless or they are classic, you can wear them regardless of the situation. Like you don't have to think as hard. You can mix and match to make it fit from day to night, or even date night.
Yeah, whatever night. Valentine's Day, that's coming up, right? So, So
sorry for ranting.
No, dude. You have an incredible story, and just like you said, people need to hear that. You need to share that kind of stuff, and that's what this IBB Top 3 is sharing people that are dear to our hearts, the people that we know and we care about that have incredible stories, we are trying to help share it with the world, as far as we can reach our arms. But yeah.
Can't reach that far.
Yeah. But no, thank you so much. That had to be hard, man. Like, just kind of going through all those things. So thank you for sharing that with all of us. It really, really does mean a lot to Team IBB, to me especially. Thank you.
Sure.
Gosh, the capsule wardrobe stuff, I don't want to like go back into it, but like seriously, it's some very good material in there. But check it out, fifthandpratt.com. This is part 1 of a 3-part trilogy.
I have to do this again.
So, don't sound too excited about it. But stay tuned for video 2, video 3, and check it out. We're going to hear more from Curt and Fifth and Pratt. And hopefully he's going to give us some more great fashion tips along the way, too. So, all right, guys. Until next time, stay burn-proof.